send unto them only.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Magnum Martel, and welcome back to another beautiful video right here on my channel, where we have to do a little bit of an update on the Nexus Mods story. Now, if you didn't see the video yet, I uploaded it literally a couple hours ago. You should definitely go watch it. It's not very often that I upload multiple times in a day, but this is a story that I want to hurry up and get through while it's relevant. But anyway, in that video, I was talking about how a Nexus Mods user by the name of Mike Hawk was banned unjustly by the modding website for effectively making a mod that removes all of the pride flags from the Spider-Man remaster on PC. And before we go any further, something I learned after producing that video, I made that video a couple of days ago and I just now got around to uploading it, is that what he actually did, and I was not aware of this until I had seen other people discussing it, and then I looked into it and realized that this was the case. What he actually did was he took coding that is already in the game. It turns out that whenever you switch the game to the Arabic version of the game, it completely removes all of the pride flags itself, because it's no secret, and I don't know how people still deny this, that the people of the Middle East are not very accepting of LGBT people. They're so not accepting of it that if you come out as a homosexual in most Middle Eastern countries, not all of them, they will dig a hole, put you in that hole, and then throw rocks at you. I'm not kidding you. So what Mike ended up actually doing was simply taking the coding from the Arabic version that removes all of the pride flags and replaces them with the basic American flag, and effectively made it so that it puts that coding into place even if you're using the English version of the game. So that means, effectively, that he was banned for using coding that was made by the developers. And the story doesn't even end there. No. As always, the usual suspects in the mainstream media, the gaming journalists of the world, decided to attack Mike and anyone who disagrees with Nexus's decision, as they always do. Well, Nexus Mods got quite a bit of backlash about this decision. And most people seem to agree that it's just another way of them attacking free speech in under the guise of protecting a group that hasn't always been treated the most fair. And Nexus has responded to that backlash. So we're going to read an article by IGN about that backlash and their response to it, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. Modding websites take stance against anti-LGBT content. We are for inclusivity and diversity. God fucking damn it. Major video game modding website Nexus Mods and ModDB have taken a public stance against anti-LGBTQ content after a Spider-Man PC mod aimed to remove every pride flag from the game. The user, who Nexus Mods called a coward, had both their new and old account banned, with the creation of the sock puppet account making it a very easy decision. If this policy upsets you, if we've broken some moral code of conduct as a business that you can't accept, then please delete your account and move on, as will we. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, it's not for you. If you don't like it, don't be involved in it. And how many times has that been a good business decision? Do we need to take a look back at Battlefield, She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Charlie's Angels? Let's see here. I could go on and on and on. It doesn't really seem necessary at this point. Just remember, when you get woke, you absolutely go fucking broke. A blog post on Nexus Mods said the fact that the user needed to make a sock puppet account like a coward to upload the mod showed their intent to troll, and that they knew it would not be allowed. Had they not been a coward and had they used their main account instead, we would have simply removed the mod and told them that we did not want to host it, only banning them if they re-upload it again after being fairly warned. And I don't believe that for a second. Not at all. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that they would have just straight up banned him, because if they wouldn't have done that, then they wouldn't have banned his main account to begin with by going through and figuring out who he was. And this is one of those things where I'm of the boat of, if you get your account banned from a service or a product or something, you are well within your rights and your means to just make a new account, because by all accounts, pun not intended, that new account did not violate the rules. Your old account that you weren't using did not violate the rules. Yes, it is possible and it's likely that people who violate the rules and the terms of service typically end up violating them again, but if that's the case, just ban their new account. It's not that hard at all. Not at all. It's very straightforward, in fact. If you're using a new account, you should be considered a different person. This is one of those things where they want anonymity removed from the internet so that you can't do that. And that's one of those things that I just don't agree with. And here's a fun fact that I also didn't know until the recording of this video. He also uploaded a mod that removes all of the American flags and replaces them with nothing but pride flags. Man was playing both sides and he still got unfairly banned. The website also made it clear that it will take similar action against any similar cases in the future, stating that we are for inclusivity and diversity, and as a private business, we have a right to choose what content we do and don't want to host on our platform. Nexus Mods added, we don't want to argue and won't argue this with you, We've now explained our stance and we won't be providing a platform for you to distort our position in order to feed an irrational and paranoid narrative that you can do that elsewhere, where we won't care enough to read it. If this policy upsets you, if we've broken some moral code of conduct as a business that you can't accept, then please delete your account and move on, as we will. They have a little bit of a tweet here from ModDB. Hi, we've removed the content and banned the users. ModDB is an inclusive environment for all, and we do not permit targeting marginalized groups. Our content moderation is largely automated, but when identified, we have a zero-tolerance policy for this kind of content. So what this comes down to now is that they have bent the knee to the gaming journalists of the world. This is going to come back to bite them in the ass, as it always does, because modding is one of the bastions of free speech in video games these days. A modder can make anything they want, and Nexus Mods, need I not remind anyone, not only hosts multiple types of nudity and even sex mods, which personally, I'm not against that kind of thing. If that's what you want to do and mod your game to have, that's all you. That I don't enjoy it, but I'm not going to stop you from doing it, and I don't care if you do. And I'm not one of those people that equates fictional characters to real people, but it's also worth noting that these mods actually have mods like that include NPC characters that are supposed to be children. There's a couple of them for Fallout and even Skyrim. Funny that that's coming from Bethesda games. These are mods that are created by people, and even though I'm going to go ahead and say it, if you use that kind of mod that uses a child NPC, you might need to be on some kind of watch list. But hey, you know what? If you're not hurting a real living child, whatever, man. You do you. Whatever you're doing behind closed doors, I don't know about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't care. I just think it's hypocritical that Nexus Mods would allow these types of mods to continue existing, but they themselves say that they will continue to fight against any mod that removes fucking pride flags. That is hypocrisy at its absolute finest. As reported by PC Gamer, ModDB followed suit and removed the same Spider-Man mod and banned the users behind it. And then that's just reiterating the tweet that I already showed you guys. I don't know why they showed that out of order. Typical IGN fashion. The porting of the PlayStation Studios' Spider-Man to PC earlier in August has seen a number of mods added to the game, including some that turn Spidey into Stan Lee. Users have also been digging through the game files and discovering what appears to be scrapped multiplayer mode and mentions of a potential PlayStation PC launcher. That's just them trying to shill their other articles. But okay, that's the end of the article, and I think I've more than said my piece on it. This is a hypocritical stance by a hypocritical group of assholes working at Nexus Mods. Plain and simple. They targeted this user because he uploaded something that they didn't want backlash for. They didn't want the Twitterites and the people of the internet to get mad at them for allowing this mod to be hosted, and they would rather side with the cancel crowd and get rid of the user. And Mike can easily make another account. It's not hard to do. He can change his IP, he can change his hardware, and make another account. Anyone can do that kind of thing, and I personally have an experience with it where I was permanently banned from Reddit on 2 separate accounts for shit-talking Jason Schreier and showing proof that he was a terrible journalist. A mistake that I would never make again. And I just circumvented the ban and went around it by making a new account after changing my IP And that new account has stayed up and been unharmed ever since. And I've completely quit using it. I ended up quitting using the site within a few weeks of that anyway. It wasn't worth the effort to make the new account. But it wouldn't be hard for Mike to just make a new account. Same with all the users that were banned from ModDB. And that's probably what they're actually going to do. But when it comes down to it, I'll be deleting my Nexus Mods account. Most of the games that I have modded on my gaming PC, I'm happy with the mods I have. I don't intend to add any new ones, and if I do, I'll get them from somewhere else. Because honestly, when it comes to this kind of thing, if you're going to disrespect your users, I'm not going to use your service. And that's the problem here. The problem here isn't that you took a stance for diversity and inclusion. The problem isn't that you took a stance in favor of a group of people that haven't always been treated the best. No. The problem here is that you're disrespecting your fucking user base at its core. And acting like that is justified simply because you're standing up for a group of people by deleting a mod that uses real in-game files that were made by the developers and already fucking exist. And that's all I have to say about it. Fuck you, Nexus Mods. Please, leave a like if you enjoyed. My name is Magnum Martel. Do the things the algorithm likes, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about their response to the banning of Mike Hawk and the backlash therein, and if you intend to continue using Nexus Mods. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I will see you in the next goddamn video.